He's one of Europe's most iconic film directors and producers whose award-winning movies include Paris, Texas and Wings of Desire. He's also a 3-time Oscar nominee for documentaries like Buena Vista Social Club. Wenders is the president of the European Film Academy, which organizes the annual European Film Awards. Launched in 1988 as an alternative to the Oscars, the event marked its 30th anniversary this year. Euronews' Wolfgang Spindler met Wim Wenders in Berlin.
Welcome, Mr. Wenders. It's a pleasure to meet you. 30 years since the start of the European Film Awards. It's a long story. You've been part of the European Film Academy from the beginning. What's your assessment?
Ging schnell. War ja hier in Berlin. Die Mauer stand.
Well, time has gone by fast. It started here in Berlin. The wall was still standing. The first director to ever win Best Film was Polish filmmaker Krzysztof Kieślowski. He was so surprised. All he could think of saying was, "I hope Poland's in Europe." That's how far removed we were from everything 30 years ago. And in the meantime, a lot has happened. The European Film Academy is now well established. The European Film Awards have become a trademark, which helps the films that win. And that's what we'd hoped for, that it would bring together European cinema, which should see itself as a big family, which has to work together, which belong together and are stronger together. That was the meaning of this award.
Zusammenarbeiten müssen und zusammengehören und zusammen stärker sind als einzeln. Und das war der Sinn dieses Preises.
On the other hand, if you look at the European film industry, we have great movies, great art house movies. But why is it that Europe isn't able to build up a movie industry with box office hits that generate a lot of money, which could help support independent cinema? Why is it so difficult after all these years?
Weil Europa nicht Amerika ist und weil wir nicht.
Because Europe's not America, and because we don't target a world market with movies that cater to the lowest common denominator to appeal to everybody. Europe's treasure is in its diversity. Every country is different, every country has its own history, every region has its own history, and we want to preserve that diversity. We don't want to make big, monolingual movies in a language that would certainly be English in order to compete with Hollywood. Hollywood already does that very well. It's not us.
The
days of uninspired Euro-pudding films are long gone. Today, Europe's a much freer place where there's room for everyone's ideas. It's complex, and we certainly don't have the same power as the Americans, but we don't want to.
30 years of European Film Awards. What's the future? What are the challenges for European cinema?
Die Filmlandschaft ändert sich drastisch gerade.
Movie making's drastically changed. The digital revolution's moving ahead at full speed. I hope the European film industry will stay ahead of things and not fall behind. The way movies are being made is changing, as is the way they're distributed and watched. We need to stay ahead, and we have to explain to our governments that we can't miss the boat. We can't afford to be 3 laps behind in this digital revolution marathon. We have to be among the front runners.
Herr Wenders, vielen herzlichen Dank. Dankeschön. À plus tard. À la prochaine. À la prochaine. Ciao.